like sat down. Like the rest of the way. And,
We are live.
it reactivates it, but now it's on 8 years. It's pretty well healed. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be fine.
Awesome.
If it does, if it's not healed, it comes back and then we get platelet rejection.
Yeah.
Or that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow.
But I think I'm healed, so I haven't felt the change.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
This is an FYI for lesson.
Oh, live? Okay. Are we starting now then?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So, welcome to Ashville Church. We started a little early this weekend. We all have plans after, so announcements. Soul Mondays, August 1st and 2nd. First, there'll be live music and lobster feed starting around 5 p.m. And on the 2nd, there'll be a breakfast at 8 a.m. and parade and festivities at 10 a.m.
Parade?
So, we're opening.
Saturday.
It's on my sheet, but not on the agenda.
like a mighty storm, standing in my soul. My happy way, my happy way in me. You asked me to let go, but I thought I forget. Afraid of surrender and what I know. I've always had
Time has come for joys and concerns. Joy?
You got to play with a bunch of my cousins from up where I come from. We had a family reunion yesterday, so he got to hang out with a bunch of family he doesn't get to see very frequently.
Today is Uncle Ernie's memorial, and I hope that goes well.
Is it doing a celebration of life?
Yes. The Ellsworth waterfront,
Oh, that's what it was.
if I remember correctly. Yeah. I think it's because grandma's building is like right there, so any food or whatever, they can just.
Makes sense.
I like food.
I have a joy that I woke up feeling like a lot of love, and that's scary for me to be in front of the camera, but I feel loved instead of scared today, so that's really nice.
Awesome.
The weather's been nice, that's a pretty good joy. It's been, what, no lower than 80 for the last like 2 weeks.
It's raining to the point where we want rain, because all the grass is dead.
Right?
It can rain at night.
Yeah.
Right?
Nice.
Give us a couple of real good thunderstorms at night, and that'll be great. Get rid of some of the pressure and the humidity and.
So I'm really thankful for the gazebo project and how it's going, and we're in the final stages. And I feel really good and confident about it. And definitely want all the prayers and power that I got this speech and I'm gonna deliver it, and it's gonna be awesome. And I'll have people come out and help, for the project and also financially. So the one thing I was not stressed about, and still not stressed about, and I know people are gonna come out and help in any way. I had one person say that they couldn't help. They had no way to help because they were so busy in life and they're doing their own things, that I ended up going to them asking, actually there is a way you could help. I needed a way to water the gardens. And he said, he's like, she'd be more than happy to let me use this water so I can water the gardens. And so that's how we keep everything watered and looking great. And he was really excited because I thought I was inconveniencing him, but he's like, no worries at all. You're improving my front yard. So, and he's like, I love it. I love what you're seeing, what you're doing in your vision. And I had pretty good feedback from Wednesday in the park. So that was all really positive. People now have a place to go to really enjoy weddings and celebrations of life, and everything in the park will have a future.
Alright, so today I'm going to say thank you for Play with Cousins. That sounds really nice. Those I have memories like that, those are forever. I want to say some prayers for Uncle Ernie's memorial today. God, we ask that that goes smoothly and feel the love for Ernie there. Hopefully Ernie feels honored and loved. And thank you for the nice weather for that and a great location. I know there'll be a lot of loving people there caring for you. Grateful I feel love today instead of fear. We're grateful for the weather. And it can rain at night. And also Brad's gazebo project is going really well. And the prayer was answered that he had an issue of how he was going to keep it watered. And solution presented itself, and just thank you for that. And I think it is really nice for the town and everyone to have a place to go now to celebrate cookouts and weddings and to feel good about it and not having it be run down and shabby like it was. No, it's beautiful. So thank you so much for that all coming together. today's theme is surrender equals miracles. And so there's a short video and talk after.
My dear brothers and sisters, may I ask you with tenderness, have you ever felt tired of fighting? Have you reached that point where all that remains is to raise your hands and say, God, I can't do this anymore? And what if I told you that this exact moment of surrender is where the miracle begins? Today we're going to talk about surrender, not as weakness, but as the gateway to healing, liberation, and a new life. Dear brothers and sisters, perhaps this truth will surprise you. We often confuse surrender with giving up. We think that surrendering means accepting defeat, but it's exactly the opposite. When you surrender to God, you're not giving up on life. You're stopping the fight with your own strength. It's like a child who finally stops trying to carry a suitcase that's too heavy and lets their father take it. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. Jesus himself taught us this when he said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, you rest." Matthew 11:28. He's not speaking to weak people. He's speaking to people who have fought so hard they've reached their limit. People like you, who have carried burdens too heavy for too long. Surrendering to God is saying, Lord, I recognize that I can no longer carry this alone. It's placing each wound, each trauma, each fear in his hands. It's understanding that God isn't waiting for you to be strong enough to deserve his help. He's waiting for you to be honest enough to ask for it. The word tells us, submit yourselves to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. James 4:7. See how interesting? First comes surrender to God, then resistance to evil. Because when you surrender completely to the Lord, you don't become more vulnerable. You become protected. You stop fighting in your strength and start fighting in his strength. Dear brother, dear sister, reflect with me for a moment. How many nights have you spent trying to solve alone that problem that consumes you? How many times have you tried to heal your wounds with remedies that only make them hurt more? How many times have you tried to control situations that are far beyond your control? The Lord is saying to you today, you can stop. I am here. David understood this when he wrote, commit your way to the Lord. Trust in him, and he will do this. Psalm 37:5. He didn't say maybe he will act. He said that God will act, but first you need to surrender. You need to let go. You need to trust that God created the universe are big enough to hold your problems. Have you seen God act when everything seemed impossible? Write your testimony here in the comments. And when you truly surrender, something supernatural happens. The chains that bound you begin to break. The anxiety that stole your sleep begins to give way to the peace that surpasses all understanding. The fears that paralyzed your dreams begin to be replaced by the courage that comes from above. Because the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Psalm 27:1. Surrendering to God isn't a one-time act. It's a daily choice. It's waking up in the morning and saying, Lord, today I choose to trust in you more than in my own understanding. It's facing challenges knowing you're not alone. It's remembering that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him. Romans 8:28. Even when circumstances scream the opposite. Let me show you something powerful now. Why surrender is exactly the beginning of the miracle. Because God doesn't invade closed hearts. He's a gentleman who waits to be invited. When you clench your fists and try to control everything, it's as if you're telling God, Thank you, but I'll handle this myself. And he, your choice, waits. That's why Lewis wrote, the first step is to try to forget about yourself completely. Because while we're preoccupied with maintaining control, there will be no room for God to operate fully. But when you open your hands and surrender, it's as if you're opening the door of your soul and saying, Lord, come in and do what only you can do. It's at this moment that God begins to act with total freedom in your life, because it's a fight with your pride, with your stubbornness, with your need to control everything. Surrender removes the blockages of the soul, those resentments you've kept for years, that pride that won't let you ask for help, that unbelief that whispers, God doesn't care about me. The psalmist knew this when he wrote, cast your cares on the Lord and he will sustain you. Psalm 55:22. He didn't say give part of your burden or try to carry it together with God. He said cast, throw everything, get completely free. And the promise is clear, he will sustain you. The promise is clear, but the surrender must be total. I'll tell you a story that will touch your heart. Imagine a precious vase that fell and broke into 1,000 pieces. Each fragment scattered on the floor represents a part of your life. Your broken dreams, your wounds, your disappointments. Now you can try to glue some pieces together yourself, but the result will never be the same. There will always be cracks. It will always be fragile. But when you gather all the pieces, even the smallest ones, even those that cut your hands when you pick them up and surrender them to the divine potter, something miraculous happens. He doesn't just glue, he recreates. He makes a new vase, stronger, more beautiful than the original. And where there were once cracks, there is now gold. Where there was once fragility, there is now resistance. But this only happens when you surrender. Reverence, I want to remind you of something essential. Healing doesn't happen all at once. That's why he promised, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans not to harm you, to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. The process isn't proof of abandonment, it's proof of preparation. And when you finally surrender, truly, without reservations, without plan B, God does things beyond your imagination. He transforms pain into testimony. That wound you thought would destroy you becomes the instrument God uses to heal others. That terrible experience you wanted to erase from memory becomes the bridge that connects you to people going through the same pain. He exchanges weight for lightness. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Matthew 11:30. You who have carried heavy burdens for so long, you don't remember what it's like to live without them. Will discover what it is to breathe again. You'll discover what it is to sleep in peace, wake up with hope, dream again. God rebuilds your self-esteem stone by stone. He reminds you of who you really are, not what people say about you, not what past mistakes scream about you, but who he says you are. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works. Ephesians 2:10. You're not an accident. You're not a mistake. You're a masterpiece under construction. He teaches you to hear his voice in the midst of the storm, when the wind is strong and the waves are high, when everyone around is shouting different opinions. You'll learn to recognize that gentle voice that whispers, I am here. You are not alone. This too shall pass. And the most beautiful of all, he fulfills that promise Jesus made. A promise so simple that even a child understands, but so deep it can transform any life. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. Not just rest for the body, rest for the soul, rest for the mind, rest for the heart that beat fast with fear for too long. Are you tired? Here's the rest you so desperately need. Here's a truth that needs to touch your heart. Surrender isn't something you do once, and that's it. It's not like signing a contract and never having to think about it again. Surrender is daily. It's waking up each morning and hearing God ask, "Still trust me today, even after what happened yesterday, with the challenges today will bring." Because life doesn't stop after you surrender. Problems don't magically disappear. People don't change overnight. Circumstances can still be difficult. But the difference is that now you don't face anything alone. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. Life with God isn't absence of struggles. It's presence of victory in the midst of battles. It's knowing that even when the storm is raging around you, you have an anchor that doesn't move. It's understanding that even when your strength runs out, those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Isaiah 40:31.
That's way longer than I expected to be, but it's good. So this, my faith is totally based on the miracle. And before the miracles happened, I just almost here, waiting to die, and there was nothing else out there. That's really what I thought. And I'd run my life into the ground with self-will and ego. And so my first miracle actually happened before I surrendered. And that contradicts what was just said, but I think that's why I'm here to say that, because, I already mentioned once that God intervened on me. I was going to kill myself. And so he intervened before I surrendered that day. That was my first miracle. And as soon as he intervened, then I did surrender. And then that started a lifelong, it's been 26 years, I guess, since then, of surrendering and having miracles happen immediately, like very powerful, immediate miracles. And they only they happen most when I surrender completely, like this video said. So I just want a couple of the ones that happen to me. And usually when I tell these stories to people, they're blown away. And it's surprising to me how many people I know that have never had a single miracle, and they don't feel like they've ever had any miracles or any signs of God in their life. And I find that so sad. But anyway, so this first story is actually, it doesn't sound that amazing. Like I didn't heal a wound or fix anything. I didn't get rich, but I addition on my house for my daughter because she was just born and it was expensive. Back then, it was 14 years ago. It cost like $10,000, and I was out of money. I put everything I had into it, and all of a sudden I realized I had to do a small section of the roof in order to finish it. I didn't really have the money for it, so we went to Home Depot. I was kind of depressed that morning because I needed stuff I couldn't really afford, and we put everything on the cart. I added it all up. I had exactly enough to the 10 cents to buy what I needed. And then all of a sudden, for me, this is when my miracles have happened, right before my surrenders. What happens is, something happens, and it wells up inside me. It's like it's all not okay. I swear, but it shouldn't do that. But it's all effed now, feeling, it's just like this wells up, because something catastrophic happens, and then what I've done, this is one of the first times I ever did it, in the same breath in that I was like, panic and stress, and I went, you know what, it's gonna be okay, it's already okay, and as soon as I did that, so what this was surrounding was I needed this flashing, I needed $2 I didn't have the extra $70 then. And you have to special order it. It takes like 3 weeks to get it. So I was like, man. So that's why I had that well up. And then I went, you know what? I'll just tape it. And when it comes in, I'll put it on. And I won't have to pay for it until it comes in. So I like totally just went from this huge problem to it's already okay. And when I did that, and what happened? The sales associate walked over to me and he goes, hey, can I help you load that roofing? I was like, sure. And he goes, need anything else? I go, yeah. I go, can you order things? He goes, yeah, I can order things. What do you need? I said, I need that wall for roof flashing. It's just a bent L. It's just a foot long piece of sheet metal bent into an L. He goes, oh yeah, we don't stock those. He goes, you need this color? I go, yeah, I need this color. And he goes, well, it's your lucky day. And I go, well, why is that? He goes, well, 2.5 years ago, the guy ordered 2 of these, and he never came to get them. He goes, I don't have a spot for them in the store, because we don't sell them. So I had to put them with the roof caps. And he goes, and every time I reorder roof caps, I have to pull out these darn flashings, put in the roof caps, put them in the front. I've done it like dozens of times, because I'm so sick of it. And he took them off the shelf, and put them in my cart, and he wrote free on them. So I surrendered, and I was given them. Now imagine how fast that miracle happened. It was instant. It was within a second of me surrendering. It was so powerful. It wasn't about the roof. It was about how profound I felt the presence of God. It was incredible. There was no doubt that 2.5 years ago, someone bought it and didn't come get it. Like, that's not coincidence. That's not chance. It was meant to be. God had been doing those things behind the scenes 2.5 years prior. And then the only other story I have is similar. It wasn't so much a surrender from some stress, because most of the miracles have come from that. But this one was more of a, well, it's tough. So I said last week that one time I had to go to jail. So I had to do a year in jail for, because I used to be addicted to drugs. You guys probably don't know that. Some people don't know that because they haven't seen with it. I would do that, but I did back then when I was young. And I paid my time. I did my dues. And anyways, I was going through the 12 steps of recovery then, and I had just written an amends to a really amazing person. Her name on a few dates, and she was just lovely, and teenage boy, and wasn't really that nice to her, I just wasn't very sweet. I was just kind of whatever. But I always remember when I got sober, all these things that I did came crashing in on me, and I felt bad for all the things I did. And that was one of the things I always felt bad about, because she was a really good person. So I wrote this. I'm in jail. I'm on the top bunk. I've been in my room for 2.5 weeks alone. I had no roommate yet. And I'd written this 2.5-page amends letter to Mary. She'd probably be okay with me saying her last name is Pinto, but that's a pretty rare last name. Like, I don't know any other Pintos. So I sat on my bunk, Indian style, I guess you'd call it, if that's appropriate, but crossed legs, and I had my arms out, and I said, God, I've written this amends. I'm fully willing to make these amends. Will you please give me opportunity to make these amends? And my eyes were closed, and before my eyes, the door went clink, and in walked my roommate. So I hadn't had a roommate 2.5 weeks, which is a huge blessing, because you don't want a roommate. But anyways, this guy walks in, and he's holding, so in this jail, they spray paint your last name on your underwear and your socks. So in walks this guy with Pinto across his underwear. And I looked down at him, and I was like, do you know Mary Pinto? And he goes, yeah, that's my sister. Why? And I handed him the letter, and he read it, and he felt to his knees crying, believed in God for the first time in his life. Like, he was afraid he was going to get Bubba. You know what I mean? Like, he was afraid he was going to get someone that was going to beat him up or hurt him. And he walked in, and instead of that, he got some guy to his sister, which didn't seem too funny. So he was so thankful, and he's like, this has to be from God. And he never believed in God. So that was like a miracle for him. But I also got to talk to him in Pinto 2 days later on the phone, and we heard that massacre. So I just think, God works in so many mysterious ways, but as soon as you're willing to either surrender or ask for help or say you're ready, it happens. And it's just how many things happen for that guy to come out of me, you know? It's nonsense. Those are the things that have built my faith over the years. And, you know, I've had dozens and dozens of these things happen. And they're not always huge things, but the fact that they happen is huge. So, I think that's pretty much it for today, because we're all getting out of here early, so I kept it short and sweet, but I'm passionate about that topic, and yeah. We'll do a couple more songs.
When the best of me is buried reading, when I'm not somebody I believe in, hold on to me. When I'm in the light, the night is stolen, when I'm slamming all the doors you open, hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me. We need to know to see you. When I am sure I reach the end. Hold on to me when I forget I need you. When I let go of me again. When I don't feel like I'm worth defending. When I'm tired of my pretending. Hold on to me. When I start to break in desperation. Underneath the weight of expectation, hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me when it's too dark to see. When I am sure I reach the end. Hold on to me when I forget I need you. When I let go of me again. I could rest here in your arms forever. 'Cause I know nobody loves me better. Hold on to me. Hold on to me. I've been losing my sleep, I've been losing my cool. I can feel
All right, so now we're gonna come up front again and hold hands in a circle.
How?
Because we can feel the power from each other. God. God, granted the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Thank you, guys.
I'm glad you put it up there. I was like.
Alright, I need to.
That's one of my favorite things about our church, because the number of times where I've gone to like